Do you? Do you miss him? Do you miss Clinton? Do you miss Clinton, everybody?
Scooch.
She wants me to scooch.
Because yesterday I was like this the entire time.
I know.
We'll get
on.
No,
in
but
there.
I can see where there's more room. See,
get on.
We
in
need
there.
to be like right there.
Is there? Okay,
right there. Stay.
Okay.
Don't move.
I'm a dog now.
Okay, you guys. It's kind of a big morning because like 2,000 pages of Ghislaine documents have been released. And
It's
apparently
Ghislaine.
things are not looking good for Alan Dershowitz right now, even though he's like, no, I want more to come out because then you'll see how innocent I am.
I just went there for the food.
And there's like a bunch of redactions, but then there's also people on Twitter saying if you download the PDF court documents and then open them in like Notepad, you can see their redactions don't work.
Yeah, and you can kind of see stuff because we
did it in Word.
We did, yeah. Well, we saw it in Word, but you can even in Word, you can see how the redaction lines are kind of skewed. And people are going to be able to see some names.
There's going to be, stuff's going to come out. Because whoever redacted it didn't do a very good job of it. Maybe on purpose.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe that was on purpose.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
Bravo to that person. Yeah, I hope we find out some stuff.
But if it's true that some of the redactions are in place because prosecutors are trying to build up a better case against those people, and maybe they just don't have quite enough stuff to like totally arrest them now, then I hope that redactions work because these people need to go down for real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so they're trying to find dirt. People are just furiously trying to find dirt on Trump. There's nothing.
Really not. In fact,
nothing.
what's her name? What's her name?
Virginia?
Virginia.
Virginia Jeffrey, or whatever her name is. The main chick that was held basically captive there.
In her testimony, she flat out is asked, did you see Trump ever have sex with anybody? Did you have to have sex with Trump? And she said no. He flirted a little bit, but I never saw him do anything. So, I mean... I don't think Trump's going to get in trouble here.
Like the biggest thing that you said was, boy, you have the life.
Yeah, like she said, he would be flirtatious with some of the girls, and the example that she gave of that would be like he would smile and then look at Jeffrey and say, wow, you have quite the life. But he never actually witnessed anything.
But I mean, a guy with his own island,
he does have quite the life.
He does have quite the life, right?
I feel like that's a fair statement.
Yeah, it's not like that's even skeevy to say.
So there's going to be some stuff coming out today because, it's taken people a long time to pour through all that stuff. The two headlines that we're seeing about it right now include the fact that
Ghislaine
undressed Virginia Roberts and told her to lick Jeffrey Epstein's nipples and that they had continuous orgies all the time. So, I mean...
And that's not new. She was 15 years old.
Oh, and that Bill Clinton stayed on Orgy Island with not only Epstein and Ghislaine, but also two young girls. And so there's going to be more stuff about Clinton.
He was there, at least 5 times without Secret Service. So I'd like to know more about that.
There's going to be some stuff.
Yeah. And he's given that eulogy yesterday, and everybody, I see the comments. I don't even know what outlet I was looking at, but everybody's fawning all over Bill Clinton and Obama.
Oh my God.
Fawning all over him.
I saw the fawning over Obama.
Both of them. They were like, I miss so much class. I miss these two so much because they would bring class back. Really? You want a pedophile and a rapist? Ask Juanita Broderick what she thinks about Clinton. Let's ask her, shall we? I mean, but yeah, okay, that's class.
And then Obama trying to politicize his eulogy by saying...
Oh my God, that was so gross.
He went into a whole voting thing and said how important it was to allow voting by mail so that people don't get each other sick. Meanwhile, he's speaking to full pews of people.
Yeah.
They're packed together like sardines in that funeral.
Uh-huh.
And meanwhile, we know people who haven't even been able to have funerals for their family members.
Unbelievable.
So don't try to if you can go to a funeral and
you
sit
can
next
go
to people,
vote.
You can freaking go vote.
Yeah.
This whole mail-in thing is such a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it really is.
Whoa, watch your step. You just walked into some bull.
Yeah, you walked right into it.
Right into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's unreal, this guy. And to do that at a funeral?
Yeah.
And
people loved it. They ate it up.
Yeah, they were all standing ovation. Oh my God, I said it.
And then while he's saying that, while you can't have people voting in person because they'll be sick, all of these people are standing right next to each other.
Yeah, and they're talking about class. That was the most classless thing ever to do that at a man's funeral.
Yeah, that was just gross.
People can't see that. they can't see how classless that actually is.
It's gross.
You know who had class? George W. Bush.
I didn't see his.
His was actually all classed up.
He probably actually eulogized.
Yeah, well,
instead
he
of
did. He
politicizing.
talked about how he was a man of God and how he always brought scripture into things that he did, and he classed it up. And I was like, that's how you give a eulogy.
Yeah.
Is you talk about what matters. You know what matters? God. That's what matters. Anyway.
And then Herman Cain died, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
Herman-
so sad. That happened during our show yesterday. I mean, the news broke during our show yesterday. That's really sad.
Yeah, and the just the vile comments that are coming out about his death. Like
The
it's-
headlines are disgusting.
the difference between, it just really shows the divide, the difference between I'm not sorry about how conservatives handle stuff like this and liberals handle it. It just shows you how people are, and it just brings out the viciousness, because people are just like, well, I mean, he didn't wear a mask. He must have not worn a mask.
Oh my God. I
What-
thought masks protected other people.
What is wrong with you?
And
Yeah.
why does that even, that's not what you put in a headline of
No.
someone who has had such an amazing life and career.
Yeah.
You're going to put, dude who didn't wear a mask died?
Oh my
no.
God. It's like, how about you take all the seats? I mean, he had an unbelievable life, and he was an amazing businessman, and he was an amazing man.
He was a legit rocket scientist too.
Yeah.
I mean, he did all the things.
He did all the things. And so how about you highlight that?
Yeah. Nope, they got to talk about masks. I mean,
Yeah. I know. It's
Okay.
my blood pressure yesterday. It was
Lord.
just unbelievable.
there's all sorts of Ellen drama too, because like people on the Ellen set, the Ellen DeGeneres show set, say that she's mean and that it's awful to work for her. And now she's gone into apology mode. She says she's going to fire a bunch of senior leaders. I'm so tired of celebrities and their idiotic problems.
Yeah, I kind of don't care.
I'm trying really hard to care.
You want to try to
Trying,
care?
because it feels like, it's at the top of these headlines and it's like a big deal, and I'm like, I don't care. You guys, it's Q&A day, which means you're about to see our pores all up in your face, because that's how close we have to get to be
read.
able to read
I d- yeah,
what you're
it's-
saying.
I know. I have my glasses over there, but I don't feel like going to get them. So.
All right, what's going on? What's happening, you guys?
Yeah, somebody said something about I have a soap business. I did see that. I saw something about a soap business. Can I send you? You can send us
You
soap.
can send us whatever you want.
Listen,
oh my God, you know what?
Do we smell that bad? Can you smell us from there?
Someone commented on our YouTube version of this video yesterday saying that it makes them feel bad when we show the gifts that people send us because they can't afford to send a gift.
Oh my God!
You
don't.
No, don't.
No.
Listen,
we are
stop.
not. There's no gift shaming here.
No, we're grateful.
Oh
and
my
so
God.
we share that with people because we want to show appreciation and thanks.
Yeah,
but
for
we're
the-
not making people feel bad.
No.
That
You
is-
don't have to send.
You
a
do not
thing.
have to send
Don't feel
anything.
obligated. Don't. No. We never expected that would even happen.
No.
That's not. No.
We love you all the same.
No.
You don't have
even-
to send us anything. I mean, it's really nice when you do, and that's why we
Oh
show
my God!
those
like
things.
we're overwhelmed
But
by
like
it.
you don't. There's no obligation here.
Nope.
Not at all. All right.
Nope.
Screw Ellen. We have bigger problems than celebrities.
You're
Damn right.
Yeah, they live in their own bubble.
Talk about Tom Hanks and his virtual hot dog hawking. I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry,
I
you
don't
guys.
know.
I can't talk about Tom Hanks.
I don't know.
How did y'all meet and when? We have a podcast about that. You
Whole
should
podcast.
go look at the Mock and Daisy Common Sense cast and look for the episode where it says how we met, because it's a great story.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, it's like 25 minutes worth of stuff. You got to listen to that.
It's a good story. Ellen isn't who she portrays herself to be. She's actually an awful person. That is what we're hearing.
I think a lot of them are, really.
Oh, Ohio reversed the hydroxychloroquine thing yesterday. Is that right? Is it you can get it now for COVID? That's great.
Tina, congratulations on your baptism yesterday.
Are the teachers in the state of Indiana trying to arm the school boards to get strictly e-learning? I don't know. I mean, teachers are all over the place on this issue, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
But
I
the
haven't heard
ones who
that.
are sending like their wills and stuff and all that kind of crap to governors and whatnot, I just, listen, fine, don't go back to work.
don't expect a
just-
paycheck.
Yeah, you can't expect a paycheck. I mean, I don't understand this whole, I want to work. I mean, I don't want to work, but I still want to get paid thing. You don't, the
They
world
get
does-
that from the NFL.
Yeah, what? I mean,
because those players are like, we're going to go ahead and opt out and
Yeah.
only take a $350,000 salary.
And then the ones that are not so good, or I guess are lower risk, they get $150,000. What is that?
I mean, that
Like,
must be really hard.
Can we do that?
I mean, I will
Can we?
opt out. I will opt into the NFL
I know,
and
right?
opt out.
Because that would be awesome. I'd love to get $150,000 for sitting on my ass.
I loved a commentator on Fox last night when he said, "Move over, Al Sharpton. You've got competition." I don't know who that was. I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
that sounds hilarious. Senator Scott. These are too fast. They're going too fast.
Have a great day. Thank you. What about Obama and his funeral speech? We
Yeah.
just talked about that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was crazy. It was completely classless is what it was.
Yes, DeWine did reverse the decision. It can be given in Ohio. Good. That is good, good, good.
Doctors are now getting hammered. Yeah. Any doctor that dares to speak out against the groupthink is getting hammered. And I think a lot of them are afraid to speak out. They're afraid of like getting their licenses pulled at this point.
Yeah.
Kind of like conservatives are afraid of getting fired.
Or
Right?
kicked off of Facebook.
Or kicked off of any social media for that matter. Yeah. By the way, speaking of that, go to Parler. Make sure that you're on Parler, and also make sure that you're subscribing to our YouTube channel.
The Mock and Daisy Show on YouTube.
You have to do
and
that.
at Chicks on Right on Parler.
Yeah, do that, because any day now we're going to be off of here.
For real. It's getting ugly.
Greenfield is going back to school. Greenfield, there was a case in Greenfield, Indiana, where a middle schooler has COVID. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. They are going to go back to school, because I don't know what's happening there.
My kid's supposed to start, what, next week? The week after? I forget. And it's hybrid, so he goes every other day. And that's Carmel, so.
My kid is down south of Indianapolis, and she's going every day. So,
I'm so jealous.
So
I want my kid
fantastic.
to go every day.
yeah.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
He looks very blue
Yeah.
today. Are you blue?
Am I blue? No, I'm a white person.
Blue Lives Matter.
He just said I'm a white person.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you watch the video Jim Jordan showed at Barr's hearing? Of the all the CNN cover, like them reporting about the riots? Is that the video? Yeah. I mean, we watched the Barr hearing, so we saw all of the things.
Yeah.
Bush was the most eloquent
I
speaker
thought so,
at the
too.
funeral.
Just the most classy.
yeah. It's Q&A day today.
Can I just tell you that Laura still looks good, too?
I didn't see her.
That woman does not age.
Really?
She killed a guy.
Rob,
You know what?
She did.
can you not today?
We're not.
Can you
not
just
in
not?
the mood?
Can you
She
just?
did.
Not in the. It was an accident.
You make it sound like she just went out there
like,
and
shot
just
somebody.
Yeah.
She ran a guy over.
Oh my God. We're moving on.
Okay, we're moving on.
I can't
Boy,
today.
you hate the truth, don't you?
I can't today.
There's some days that we can.
And today is not one of those
It's
days.
not one of those days.
It's not one of those days.
All right. What? No, you're not going to be kicked off the air. I don't know. We're not worried about getting kicked off the air yet. It's just off of this.
She said
platform.
yet.
Yet. I mean, there's always time for that to happen. But no, just on Facebook.
Twitter's trying to stop. They can't stop competition, but I don't know who's competing against them. Twitter.
Parler. That's their main
Parler-
competition.
is that it?
Because they're similar. Like that's how Parler works. Is kind of Twittery. You
I
know
thought
what
it was
mean?
more Facebooky.
No, it's very, very similar to.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very similar to Twitter. To Twitter. If you get banned, will you use cardboard cutouts? Well, I mean, we won't have a platform to use them on.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
But the
So-
cardboard cutouts will be as entertaining. Yeah. Rob always gets yelled at.
He gets yelled at every day.
every single day. I think he
Every day.
enjoys it.
I'm not wearing goggles. It's bad enough wearing a mask and dealing with stuff. Well, Dr. Birx yesterday said everybody should wear face shields. So, I mean, it's like every day. Fauci yesterday, or the day before yesterday, said goggles. Birx yesterday said face shields. Tomorrow it'll be hazmat suits.
Listen, the goalposts are constantly changing. Do y'all remember when this was, hey, 15 days to flatten the curve? Y'all remember that?
Good times.
Remember that was like back in what, March?
Yeah,
remember?
good times.
And now we're at freaking face shields. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Everybody can just suck a bowl. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
They can
I'm
do
not.
that.
I am not putting on a face shield. It's not going to happen because the government says so. No,
Yeah.
we listen. We say this all the time, but nothing has changed with my life except for the fact that traffic is a little bit better.
And we got to put masks on if we go to a grocery store or whatever.
That's it. That's the only difference. But I still do all the things. We come into work every day. Everybody else, I see these quarantine memes, and I'm like, I can't really relate because we've never with the exception of you quarantining.
But that
for
I
your
don't
son.
even count. Because that was
No.
like a week.
That was
you know?
2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Two
yeah.
weeks. But I mean, we've come into work every day since March. Nothing has changed for us. So I kind of look around and I'm like, no, I'm not putting
and all
on
the
a-
people that are scared.
We have a lot of people here at work that are like, I'm scared because of COVID and now I'm scared because of violence. Why? Because a homeless person's going to come to your desk? Because
That's what they're saying now about working here.
not going to happen.
This is a lot of young people that are like, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that are watching the news 24/7 now. And I think this is what's happening. A lot of people are glued to their televisions and they're completely freaked out. They're freaked out about this virus. They're freaked out about the violence. They're just freaked out about everything. Everybody needs to stop being so freaked out.
Well, it would be nice too if like leadership actually did something about the violence. But listen, you guys are very busy painting Black Lives Matter murals.
That's
so
true. That's
priorities.
That is a huge
You know,
priority.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, forget the murders, right?
If Big Gov wants us to wear it, they should supply it. And they probably will. Like, we're probably going to start getting face shield, government face shields that we're all paying for.
Hazmats.
I know. See, people do say the face shields are more comfortable and you can breathe better because it's not like just covered. But Dr. Burke says you should wear both. You should have a face shield like for your eye, and just better protection than just a mask alone.
No.
It's crazy.
No.
Yeah, you can smile at people. It is nice that with the shield you can still see your whole, you know.
Yeah, I hate the fact that you can't see people's facial expressions with a mask.
It's
I
awful.
hate it. We were at Dick's Sporting Goods a couple weeks ago, my mom and my daughter and I, and there was this precious boy behind the counter, and we were talking to him, and we all had masks on, right? And I was like, I bet you have the sweetest face. And he's like, yeah, I'm smiling right now. And I'm like, just pull your mask down first. And he smiled, and his like he was a completely different person with his smile, as you are too, right? As we all are. I mean, I hate it because it just takes away everybody's personality and their smiles.
And then we get feminists in the UK who are like, people are aggressively staring at me. I'm getting really aggressive looks from men.
They're eyeballing me.
Everybody,
So done.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the restaurant industry is donezo. They're not going, these mom and pops, the brick and mortars, people are not going to go back and sit in restaurants. That's one thing I know that you love to do.
I do, and I still do. We still go to restaurants.
Yeah, but it's never going to be the same. It's just they're starting to die.
God, that's awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
Because I love restaurants, you guys.
I know. Because you love the experience.
I
of
do.
that.
I love everything
Yeah.
about going out to eat. Thank you, Kira, for saying you like my hair.
I like it. I really like it too, Kira.
She told me yesterday that she thinks the color is growing on
I think
her.
it's better because
getting
more
used
of the
to it.
blonde's coming out. It's like I think it's better.
I'm trying to get used to
I
it.
like
Thank
it.
you very much. I have glasses. That's never enough for me to cover my eyes. Yeah,
Me too. I wear glasses too. Yeah.
If they are supplied from government, they will be overcharged. No doubt. That is absolutely true. Nancy says she feels invisible with a mask on. I know, I get it. 'Cause
I do
you You
too.
just feel like you're not connecting with people in the same way.
I do too. I'm the same exact way.
Hard to hear people talk with masks on. Yeah, think about being
my
deaf
God.
and not being able to read lips.
But
I
even
mean,
even just muffled, I'm constantly going, what did you say?
Yeah.
What? I hate that.
yeah. Finding out the teachers are not essential employees is good to know.
True.
Right?
It's true. They basically are saying that they're not essential. That's what they're essentially saying.
How come no one ever? I'm not seeing all these.
Mask wearing is difficult for people who are deaf and read lips.
Yeah.
You look younger in that hair color.
Oh, I'll take that.
I think so
Thank
too.
you.
I think that's correct.
Restaurants are quiet and enjoyable now. Now, see, that's a good way to look at it, right? You have a little more room. You're not elbow to elbow with people like we were
true.
in New York City.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah.
New York City can't even eat inside though, right? Like they don't have indoor eating for
I
restaurants.
don't know. I'm
think
not
yet.
sure what the rules are in New York. I don't plan on going there anytime soon.
Notice it's white protesters mostly now. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your glasses don't fog up with a face shield. That's
True.
also. Do you have that problem when you wear your?
Yeah. When you wear
Yeah.
a mask, your glasses always fog up. It
Yeah.
happens to my husband a lot too.
I have panic attacks when I actually wear a mask. Yeah,
I don't like them.
that.
I feel claustrophobic in them too.
Make sure you just got to find the ones that are like paper towel thin that you can make sure to breathe in, or like
They're-
pantyhose almost.
Somebody said they're killing the basic soul of America, mom and pops. I agree.
I
They're
know.
killing small businesses.
Yeah.
And that is the soul of America. I absolutely agree with you. When they started doing that, when they started shutting down the small businesses back in March and April, I was like, this will be the death of America. Because that is the backbone, right? These small businesses. It was awful.
It is. And they're talking about doing it again. You know, now that cases are up and now they're like, oh, God, we better shut down again. Did they not see the numbers from second quarter?
Yeah.
Our economy tanked.
Yeah.
And they want to keep doing this? Why? It's not scary enough to shut things down. It's just not.
Yeah.
And then did you hear all this football stuff? Like, I heard on the radio this morning, I know the SEC is saying we're only going to play in-conference games now. And that's not even 100% decided. I don't think football is going to happen, you guys.
So then who does Notre Dame play?
That's a great question.
Because they're not in a conference.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Who do they play?
I don't know how they're going to do this. I really don't. Because how do they close up so much stuff and then also justify high contact sports, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I want that. I want football. Like, I want all the sports. I want all the things open.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how they justify some things and not other things. People are going to get so mad.
Yeah, there is a bigger evil than COVID, control of citizens. Agreed.
Yeah.
I think that conservatives agree with you. Liberals are totally fine with it, though. Liberals love it. They're like, thank you, government. May I have another? I mean, they absolutely love this.
Kira's mask says coroner on it.
I've seen it, Kira. I love it.
She says
I
people
love
hate it.
I love it so
I mean,
much.
that is your profession, so what are
Yeah.
you supposed to do? That is the goal of communism.
Yeah.
Take your soul and force compliance. And haven't we all done just that?
Yeah,
haven't we just been like, okay, we're going to wear our masks?
Yeah, and every time they move the goalposts, we're like, okay, it's
that
for the
makes
good of
sense.
humanity.
The greater good.
It's for the greater good. Yeah, I mean, how much more are we going to stand for?
I would rather get the Rona than keep living with everything ruined around us.
That's
exactly.
And this is what we do every day. We come into work every day. We continue to do things. Listen, I'll wear a mask into a place, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Because it's businesses making that call, except now, of course, in Indiana, it's just required in every public space.
Yeah.
And that's infuriating.
Yeah.
These want Trump to fail. That's why businesses are being shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to see it that way, right? Because
I'm curious what you guys think. I have a question for you. What you think about the election and how you think we're going to fare in the election.
like if people are optimistic or pessimistic.
Yeah,
about...
because she was always the pessimistic one, and I was always like, no, I think there's a silent majority. I think people are going to go to the polls, and I think we're going to do okay. But I'm starting to get a little bit more pessimistic because there are a lot of stupid people out there.
So many stupid people, you guys.
Way more stupid people than I ever dreamed there could be.
It's so terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
The amount of dumbassery that it surrounds us.
And batshittery.
Yeah,
And
it is a little terrifying. So, and the amount of people that sit in their homes and watch CNN and MSNBC and they buy into this garbage and they think, oh my God, Orange Man is bad and the government's going to take care of me and everything. And they just don't think, there's no critical thinking anymore at all. And so I just wonder what you guys think about that.
And I'm curious who people think Biden's going to choose as his running mate.
We got an email from somebody today that said they were starting to push Elizabeth Warren again.
But she doesn't have the right color.
I know, but
She is a person of power.
I hear you.
As we say.
But she would be better than like a Kamala.
Better for his chances to win?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Because she's so much more progressive.
But what about the whole Susan Rice thing?
I think she'd be a disaster too. I really do.
I just don't know.
I think she's severely unlikable.
She is terribly unlikable.
So unlikable, she won't make a connection with people. The Benghazi thing is a disaster. And she's just, I don't know, there's just nothing likable about that woman. She just seems like...
But she's a woman and she's the right color for
I
now.
hear you. I mean,
so...
I hear you. She has the right color, but I don't think that there's anything... He could have picked so many other women that were... So many other black women that would have been better than her or Kamala. I just think those two are terrible choices.
Kathy says Trump will lose, that she sadly believes that.
I think that we're heading towards that way.
Matthew says Biden will choose a black woman.
Yeah.
Susan Rice says Teresa Ann. I'm hoping that Stefan, if I'm saying his name right, he's hoping that a lot of Democrats are just tired of how far left things have gotten and that they'll be inclined to vote for Trump.
I don't think so.
I just feel like the hatred for him is...
It outweighs that.
Yeah.
It outweighs that.
Cheryl says he'll be back for 4 more years. American flags.
Okay. All right.
I like that there's still optimism.
I hope that
because I want to soak it in.
I hope you're right. I really do.
Yeah, Rice has other issues: unmasking Flynn, Spygate corruption.
Yeah. Oh, she has all sorts of issues.
Oh, she has yeah.
She has all the issues. I don't get me wrong. I think she'd be terrible. She's awful. It's just that people think, oh, she's so great because she was with Obama, because they're trying to latch her with Obama, and they're trying to bring back that whole Obama thing, because there are dumb people out there. There are dumb people who are like, oh, Obama's back.
Kim says that there is a silent majority and that Trump will win. I hope she's right. Biden doesn't need a VP because he'll never be a POTUS. That is wishful thinking, I think, because it's looking very likely that he could.
Yeah.
I do see people still saying that, you know, there's going to be a surprise at the convention, and that it's not going to be Biden, it's still going to be somebody else. Maybe it'll be Michelle Obama. I don't think that's going to
Carolyn
happen.
asked the question, how is choosing a black woman specifically not racist?
Right?
That's a great question, and we've been asking that on our show a lot. Like, it totally is racist.
Of course it is.
But Democrats, as you know, they're not racist. I mean, just ask Governor Northam, right?
Or ask Robin DiAngelo, and she will tell you that you are a white supremacist.
You're so
period.
fragile.
But, like, no offense. She'll also say no offense. She doesn't mean it personally.
Yeah.
It's just something we can't help.
You just don't realize how fragile you are. Yeah.
Good morning, Indiana ladies from Gilbert Glen. Happy property.
Okay. I
don't know what that means. Happy
but
property.
okay.
My son says Trump will win in a landslide. Michelle says that. Well,
I
you
just
tell him to keep on.
Just don't
thinking
know.
that.
I don't know about that.
I like the optimism.
I do too, but I don't know about it.
How can they elect someone incoherent? I know, right?
Well,
like, this is what I want to know.
But you see, if I always read comments, you guys. I always look at comments on posts, on sites. I'm like weird like that. And when I see comments, people are like, "Oh, he's the great hope."
Who?
Biden. I see Democrats saying that. Thank God, I can't wait for him. I saw somebody like putting prayers on a site yesterday saying, God, please bless Biden and let him and his running mate, you know, outrun this guy and you know, the election, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God. I mean, he has dementia. He clearly has dementia, and you're willing for this guy to run the country. It's just...
I don't know what's worse, those people who actually believe that he is good,
Yeah.
or the people who are openly saying, well, Biden sucks, but I'm going to vote for him.
Yeah, Biden has dementia, but I'm going to vote for him anyway.
Yeah.
Because I have that much hatred in my heart.
Because they just are so anti-Trump. That's all that matters.
And why are they anti-Trump? They're so anti-Trump because of the reason I gave before, and that is because they have zero critical thinking skills.
Mm-hmm.
They can't think for themselves. They can't step away from their TVs long enough to go, let me think of, like, logistically, what has he done so far for this country when he's not being pummeled by the left and their hatred and then them trying to destroy him. Let's think about what he has done that's good. And wow.
And now the thing that makes me super mad right now is when people call it the Trump virus. I mean, seriously?
Well, Obama pretty much, he said one of the things in our lineup today is there are two things that he's super mad about. And one of the things that he's super mad about is the fact that, you know, Trump is calling this the Chinese virus.
But that's where it came from. That's actually accurate.
Yeah, he hates it. Obama's saying that, like, that's just a terrible thing. It's awful. It's not the way to lead. Dude, that's where it came from.
Oh my God.
That's where it came
So
from.
just deny reality.
Well,
okay.
yeah, I mean, he would rather call it the Trump virus. He would rather blame this on America, right?
My God.
Because that's so him. That's so Obama. I mean, Obama, that's why people got sick of him and his crap. That's why a lot of us got sick of it, is because he was all about blaming America for all sorts of crap. Stop it. It's not, we didn't do this.
But that's what's sad, is that it's now trendy to hate our country.
Yeah.
That's the new trend.
It is. And it's terrible. It breaks my heart. You know, my husband and I watched a documentary on the engineers of NASA and how they got, you know, a bunch, this was like back in the 60s, right? In the 50s and 60s when NASA was really big, and back around like the war, you know, when the guys are coming back from the war and everything, and how when we like on Christmas Eve, you know, when we landed on the moon. And that was a really big deal, and it was really big for the country. And I remember like all the patriotism that was wrapped up in that. And I looked at him and I'm like, remember that's when like people were patriotic, and this is what it was all about, and how much pride people had in this country.
You remember September 12th, 2001?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's such a foreign concept now. Like, kids don't, my 10-year-old doesn't get to experience that. And that breaks my heart.
yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with having love for your country and patriotism in this country, like the best country on the planet. And it breaks my heart that she doesn't experience that on a daily basis. That's what it's all about.
People were saying on Twitter last night that now hockey needs to be the new all-American sport because all the NHL players stood in reverence during the national anthem, and meanwhile all the NBA players, every last one of them, coaches included, took a knee. And it was such a striking difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
now there were, like Eric Trump, for example, tweeted, he was like, I get maybe this is the new all-American sport to
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah.
Because these people still care about the country.
What was the year that they won against Russia? Was it 81?
80.
Was it 81, you guys? 80?
80?
Was it 80 when they won? And it was the Olympics, right? When they beat Russia, and there was what was it? Miracle.
Yeah.
And it was that it gives you chills. Like that
the
was such a
greatest.
huge deal for America. And nowadays people be like, you can't cheer for America because that is, what is that? They
It's
call
racist or something.
Yeah, or something. It's some sort of is. I mean, it's like, screw you. I'm allowed to have pride in my country. And that used to be a wonderful thing. It was a great thing. Kids were brought up in this country to have pride in their country. And now it's like you're a terrible person if you do that. And that's not okay. It's not okay.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
And that's what makes us feel, I think, some of the pessimism that we do about the election.
Yeah, it breaks my heart for my it breaks my heart for my kids, you know?
Obama ruined patriotism. He taught a whole generation to hate this
Yeah,
country.
he
Yeah,
did.
it did start with him and his apologizing for us all the time.
Yeah. And
That's
all the
exactly right.
kids that were raised during that generation are now 20-somethings who legit hate this country, and they've been taught to hate it. And they're like, we have to apologize.
Someone said their son went to Australia and was embarrassed or afraid to even admit being from here. Isn't that sad?
Oh my God.
What the hell? It's just sad.
Yeah, that is the disgrace.
It really
It's a disgrace.
We need to boycott all these professional sports kneelers. I hear a lot of people saying, well, I'm done. I'm done watching the NBA. I'm done watching the NFL. These guys are just assholes, and I'm not gonna be a witness to it. Yeah, it makes me mad when they desecrate or burn the flag too. Definitely. If this happens all around, then say goodbye. I know, that's how it feels, very hopeless, right? NASCAR only does music for the anthem now, no more singing? Really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, kids have been brainwashed in the colleges. This is where good parenting, you got to get in there and you just, even good parenting doesn't help sometimes, but I guess you just got to get in there and pummel them, and just hope to God they come around. If they get out of college and they're liberal, you just got to hope that maybe when they're 30, they'll wake up and snap out of it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's because a lot of these kids go in conservative, and we've had friends. I know there's one out there that's watching right now. She's had kids that have gone in conservative. They come out liberal. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's out of your hands because, man, these colleges are run by liberals.
Obama said, I will fundamentally change the country. He started in the schools, and he did it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, our schools are lost.
They are
I feel
lost.
like.
All of them. From the time they're in elementary school to the time they're in college. The liberals have them, you guys. They have a hold of them. Okay, now I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Maybe we should talk about something else. You guys got any good news?
You got any puppy stories? It's like, anybody got anything good?
Anybody got anything good to celebrate?
I mean, hello.
All
Yeah.
Braves stood for national anthem. Woo! That's great.
That is great.
People who are hating on America are the very ones who have profited from living here, right?
You're
That's
damn
a great
straight.
point.
And they profited through capitalism.
yeah,
That's
a
what
system that they abhor
Yeah,
while they profit from it.
exactly. You know what that is.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That boo-boo-boo.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is right there.
Once they start paying the big taxes, they'll change their tune. I don't know, man, because they make so much money.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like, I'm
going
going to vote for Bernie Sanders until I don't like it.
Because he's consistent.
I don't like all these taxes. I'm going to move to Texas. Okay, you idiot. God, read a book.
Oh my gosh. They don't even know who their congressman is.
Mm-hmm.
Liberal teachers have
What's
taught
a
our children to hate
Congress?
America. If you're not liberal and you're 20, you have no heart. If you're not conservative in your 40s, you have no brain. I think I missed it, but I think that was the saying that she was going for.
Yeah.
Nothing good here, just preparing for this hurricane bearing down on Florida. Yeah.
I heard it's going to hit the
Yikes.
Carolinas next week.
Right, I don't think it's going to make a direct hit onto Florida. I think it's the Carolinas and upwards that
I
needs
feel like
to
it
be
always
a little
hits the
worried.
Carolinas.
And North Carolina seems to get hit harder, which is weird to me.
Yeah. Are we getting...
Is it time?
We got stuff to do.
We have stuff to do.
Why don't you say hi to everybody? Be pleasant.
Yeah, don't
and, like, wave.
say mean
Your hair is all
things.
grown back now. You're not bald anymore. Say hello to everybody.
Can you just say hi and
Say
say
happy
something nice?
Friday.
Just, like, be nice
Be
to people.
polite.
nice.
You're not.
Be
You're not like
polite.
Mr. Negativity
Give them the
Pants.
Princess
You're mad that I
Diaway.
pointed out that Laura Bush
Can
killed
you
someone?
just not? You're doing it again.
Just be polite and
I
give
didn't
them
kill
the
anyone.
just give him the princess wave and
Can
say
you just-
hello. Yeah, there you go. See?
I'm not saying
Everybody-
she should get the death penalty.
Oh
or
my
anything. I was just
God,
pointing out that she killed
Rob.
somebody.
I can't with you.
Keep your eyes on the road and both hands on the wheel.
Rob.
Focus on the positive and where we've come from.
Yes.
Positive thoughts,
Listen,
everybody.
we always exactly. AOC didn't know the 3 branches of government. She doesn't know what a garbage disposal is.
She doesn't know how plants grow.
She has no idea how plants grow.
She's such an idiot.
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
That woman. All right, so we gotta go.
Okay, you
we're being
guys.
summoned. So
Bringing it in.
it's
Bring it
Friday.
in.
It's the weekend. That's another reason to be positive,
Yeah.
right? It's the weekend.
It is the weekend. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. We're going to at least have one good day of weather here.
Yeah.
So that's something to be grateful for.
So there you go.
You guys have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you Monday. Bye.